How many of you have ever felt like you were capable of more but just couldn't break through to the next level? Maybe you're stuck in the cycle of good enough, but deep down, you know you were meant for greatness. Well, I'm here to tell you this. Being average is a choice, and today, we're going to learn how to break free from that mindset and become extraordinary. The truth is, you have the potential to achieve so much more than you've ever imagined, but it starts with shifting how you think. In the next few minutes, I'll guide you through 9 powerful mindset shifts that will ignite a transformation in your life. Whether you're looking to level up in your career, improve your personal life, or simply unlock a more confident and empowered version of yourself, this is your blueprint to success. So, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine your life without limits. Picture yourself achieving the unthinkable, overcoming obstacles, and becoming the person you've always dreamed of. Sounds incredible, right? Well, what I'm about to share with you is the key to making that vision a reality. Let's dive in and let's stop being average. Let's start being extraordinary. How many of you have ever felt like you were meant for something bigger but couldn't quite figure out how to break through? It's easy to get stuck in routines and patterns, but I want you to know something. What you're experiencing is not a life sentence. It's simply a sign that you are on the verge of greatness. You've got untapped potential, and that's exactly why I'm here today, to help you unlock it. Imagine for a second that everything in your life started to align. Picture yourself waking up each day with excitement, knowing you're on a path that leads to your best self. You feel purpose in everything you do. Opportunities start to flow to you, not because you're lucky, but because you've shifted your mindset and are now vibrating at a higher level. But here's the thing, none of this happens without making a choice. A choice to stop being average, to stop settling for good enough. Today, we're going to talk about how you can move past mediocrity and tap into your true potential through 9 profound mindset shifts. Now, let me ask you a question. How often have you found yourself saying things like, I'm not good enough, or I don't have what it takes? I know I have. It's easy to fall into that trap. The world around us can sometimes make us feel small, as if we're just a cog in a machine, but you are not just anything. You are exceptional. The only thing standing between you and greatness is a shift in perspective. I'm about to share with you how you can elevate yourself to the level of extraordinary, not by changing who you are, but by unlocking what's already inside of you. There are mindset shifts that will change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Once you embrace them, you'll start to notice things you never saw before, opportunities, strengths, and potentials that were always there. First, let's address one of the biggest limiting beliefs. I'm not enough. The world is constantly telling us that we need to be more productive, more successful, more talented, more everything. But the problem with that mentality is it places the power outside of you. It makes you think that you have to earn your worth, when the truth is, you've always been enough. You were born with everything you need to succeed. The only thing standing in your way is the belief that you're not enough. When you change that belief, everything around you begins to shift. Instead of feeling small or inadequate, you start seeing yourself as someone with unlimited potential. The shift is subtle, but powerful. When you believe you're enough, the world begins to open up in ways you can't even imagine yet. You'll take chances you never thought you'd take, and you'll start pushing your own boundaries because you know you're capable. This leads me to the second mindset shift. Stop seeking external validation. We live in a world where likes, shares, and external praise often determine how we feel about ourselves. But when you seek validation from others, you're giving away your power. You're waiting for someone else to tell you that you're worthy, that you're talented, that you're capable. But the truth is, the only validation that matters is the one you give yourself. When you rely on external validation, you're essentially putting your happiness in someone else's hands. But when you validate yourself, you unlock a superpower. You no longer need approval from anyone else. You make your own decisions based on your values, your purpose, and your goals. This shift can transform your life because you start making choices from a place of inner strength, not desperation. The next shift is critical, and it's one that can change your entire approach to life. You have to shift from being a victim of circumstances to being the creator of your reality. Life will throw challenges at you, there's no avoiding it, but when you take ownership of your circumstances and refuse to play the victim, you reclaim your power. Victims wait for things to change, They blame the world around them for their struggles. Creators, on the other hand, look at challenges as opportunities for growth. They ask, what can I learn from this? How can I make this work for me? This mindset shift is life-changing because it forces you to stop waiting for life to happen to you and start making things happen for yourself. You begin to see yourself as the architect of your future. Every action you take becomes a choice that moves you closer to your goals rather than a reaction to the circumstances that you think are beyond your control. The next mindset shift is all about embracing failure as a stepping stone. Too many of us fear failure, but failure is simply feedback. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, grow, and get better. The most successful people in the world have failed more times than they can count, but they didn't let failure stop them. Instead, they used it as fuel to propel them forward. This shift is about changing the way you see mistakes and setbacks. Instead of seeing them as signs that you're not good enough, see them as proof that you're trying, because when you're trying, you're growing. And when you're growing, you're moving closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. The next shift takes us to the concept of big thinking. Often, we limit ourselves with small thinking. We set goals based on what seems possible rather than dreaming big and daring to go after what seems impossible. But big thinkers don't ask, what can I achieve? They ask, what's possible if I go beyond my limits? Big thinking is all about removing the boundaries you've placed on yourself and on your dreams. It's about seeing the vastness of possibility that exists when you dare to imagine what could be. I promise you, there is no dream too big, no goal too high. The moment you start thinking bigger, you start stepping into a world of opportunity that is beyond your current scope. You'll begin to attract people, resources, and opportunities that match the level of thinking you're putting out into the world. And once you begin thinking big, it's time for the next shift, taking massive action. It's one thing to think big, but it's another thing entirely to take bold, decisive steps toward your goals. Far too often, people get stuck in the planning stage, overanalyzing every little detail, never actually taking action. But action is what makes dreams a reality. It's the difference between wishing for something and making it happen. Massive action requires commitment, persistence, and courage. But here's the secret. It's better to take imperfect action than to wait for the perfect moment. When you take massive action, you begin to create momentum. And once momentum starts, it's much easier to keep going. Now, let's talk about the power of resilience. Life will test you. There will be times when everything seems to be going wrong and the weight of the world feels like it's on your shoulders. But resilience is what keeps you going when everything else tells you to stop. Resilience is about bouncing back from adversity, stronger than before. The shift here is understanding that life is a series of ups and downs, and it's not the setbacks that define you, it's how you respond to them. Resilient people don't give up. They rise stronger, more determined, and more focused. And each time you rise, you get closer to the extraordinary version of yourself. As we continue, we arrive at another powerful shift, cultivating an abundance mindset. So often we're conditioned to believe that there's only so much success, happiness, or opportunity to go around. But the truth is, the universe is abundant. There is more than enough for everyone. And when you operate from an abundance mindset, you stop competing with others. You begin to see the success of others as inspiration, not as something that diminishes your own potential. An abundance mindset makes room for creativity, collaboration, and growth. It's about knowing that your success is not limited, and when you adopt this mindset, you start attracting abundance into your life. Finally, the last shift I want to share with you is to take consistent action, no matter how small. The key to extraordinary success is not massive bursts of effort, but steady, consistent progress over time. When you make the commitment to show up every day, even when it's hard, you build the discipline and the habits that lead to greatness. The extraordinary people we admire didn't get to where they are by taking one big leap. They did it by showing up every day, taking consistent steps, no matter how small. And that's what you can do too. Small actions done consistently will always lead to extraordinary results. As I stand before you today, I want to remind you of something important. You are not meant to be average. You are meant to be extraordinary, and it's all within your reach. The power to change your life, to shift your mindset, to achieve your wildest dreams, it's all within you. These 9 mindset shifts will take you from where you are to where you want to be. But the first step starts with you. Will you choose to stop being average? Will you commit to becoming extraordinary? If your answer is yes, then let me tell you something. The journey you're about to embark on is one of the most rewarding experiences of your life, but it requires action, persistence, and most importantly, a commitment to believing in yourself. I believe in you. Do you believe in you? As we near the end of this journey together today, I want you to take a moment and reflect on everything we've discussed. Think about the mindset shifts that will empower you to stop being average and become the extraordinary person you were always meant to be. Remember, none of this requires perfection, only progress. It's about making small, consistent steps every single day that bring you closer to the life you truly desire. You already have the strength, the potential, and the ability to change your world. Now it's up to you to make the choice. Will you continue to let life happen to you, or will you take charge and create the extraordinary life you deserve? The world is waiting for you to show up and step into your power. No more excuses, no more self-doubt. Now is your time. If you found value in today's message and you're ready to make these changes in your life, I want to stay connected. Subscribe to this channel because I'll be sharing more insights, tips, and strategies to help you continue this journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Don't let this moment pass you by. Join me and let's keep this conversation going. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for committing to your own greatness. The world is ready for the extraordinary you. Now go out and show them what you're made of. Stay inspired, stay unstoppable, and I'll see you in the next video.